What is up, YouTube? Jonny B here again today, and we're going to be working on my FRS and the red FRS. Obviously, you guys have probably already seen the series of me building this car from it being in an accident to what it is now. I do have the front bumpers already removed because I sold the headlights on my FRS. Of course, you guys probably remember they were wind jets. They were meant to replicate the OEM 8.6 headlights from Japan, but with a black housing. So that made it look really nice, but I've had those headlights on for about 5 years now. They're starting to yellow a little bit. Before I sold them, I polished them, made them look nice again, and none of the LEDs were broken. So good job, Windjet. 5 years strong. Ever since those were like one of the first things I installed on my car, and it worked out great. The other thing is that this car came with some brand new 2017 plus 8.6 headlights. So I'm gonna be swapping those back and forth. So I'm gonna be putting those new ones, you can see there, on my car. So it'll have like the nice 8.6 logo on the side. They're a little bit black housing on the bottom. Obviously most of it is chrome, but I think it's gonna look cool with my car having that 8.6 logo there. And then they're gonna be much better. They're gonna be much brighter. They already have, I don't know if they're HIDs or LEDs, but they're already really bright. So that's gonna be nice. It's gonna be a much higher quality light at night, so I can see, have more visibility. And they run you quite a bit expensive, if you buy them new. I think they're like 800 a piece. If you buy them used, probably closer to like 1,000 for both of them, so like 500 a piece, maybe even cheaper, depending on who you buy them from. So I'm gonna be selling this car. So I bought some stockies right there, stock headlights. I'm gonna be putting the stock ones on that, putting the new 8.6 on my car, and I'm gonna be using the VLand adapter harness. It's about an $80 harness. It goes from 6-pin to 8-pin. If you guys are wondering how to do it yourselves, if you want to save yourself 80 bucks, buy them off of somebody that has VLands on their BRZ. They probably didn't use them because those already come 8-pin. The only other option would be to rewire your car, and that's kind of a pain. So this is going to be the easiest way to do the swap for your headlights if you want to switch from a 6-pin to an 8-pin, vice versa. This FRS actually has an 8-pin because this is fully converted to a BRZ. It's got the push start, it's got leather seats, it's got the heated seats, it's got the dual climate control that's like digital, and it has all the fancy stuff. So that's why it has 8-pin. So I'm going to be putting some 8 to 6-pin conversion harness to this one, so I can run the stock FRS lights, because it looks exactly like a stock FRS. So I'm gonna make that work, and then I'm gonna put the 6 to 8-pin on my FRS, and that's gonna be making those headlights work with mine. All right, YouTube, here I am a couple weeks later, and I decided that I did not want to go through the trouble of rewiring that. So sadly, I'm not gonna be able to run 8.6 headlights, but I am still going to modify my headlights, and I found a really good deal on some 2017 plus BRZ headlights, which are even nicer. In my opinion, they're the best headlights that you can get for our cars, because they're the ones that are going to be lasting you the longest. Some people have replaced them for VLands, which was, this was the case with this customer. And I got a good deal on them, traded an exhaust for his stock headlights, which he wasn't using anymore. And I was able to acquire the 8-pin harness that came with his VLands, because he didn't need them because he had a BRZ. And that's what it's looking like. So I connected them, they turn on, they work. The only issue is that the DRL and the turn signal isn't connected, just as I was gonna do with the 8.6 headlights. So I gotta figure that out, figure out which wire does what, where to connect them. And then once we get that going, I can go ahead and put my car back together. So let me show you guys the new headlights. So here are the BRZ headlights. They are really nice. They even say BRZ right there. They got this nice DRL, and then you got some nice LEDs that are used as turn signals. So I think that's gonna look pretty cool. It's gonna definitely update the look of my car with just that. So let's get this hooked up so I can show you guys the final product, put the bumper back together, and that way you guys know what to do if you have an FRS that you want to install some BRZ headlights to, or 8.6 or any 8-pin headlights pretty much. I'm sure the turn signals and the DRLs would have been the same thing as they were in this case, but lucky customer is going to get that with 8.6 headlights, which are pretty expensive. But I really like the look of these a lot better. So let me know what you guys think about these new headlights, and let's go ahead and wire them up. So after a while of searching, I finally found out which cable did what. Got the turn signals working. I also got the DRL working. As you can see, I have the yellow and black cable that come from the VLand adapter, which is going to be for your DRL and your ground. The ground obviously is going to go to the black cable here. Black cable there. And then you have the yellow, which is the DRL, which is going to go to the DRL. So when you turn on the first click of your headlights, right there, you turn on to that first click, that usually turns on the orange markers. Let me show you guys over here. That usually turns on that bulb, which in turn is this bulb, right? So I hooked it up to that, and that's why the DRL is on. And then the other power, which is this one, which is going to be this red cable here, I'm using that to hook up to the turn signal wire, which is that's why I have the turn signal on this way, and that's why it's blinking like that. So I got that hooked up. It was really hard to find the turn signal. DRL not so much, that just works because of the VLand, but I had to find the specific wire that works for the turn signals. But I'm happy I got that working. Now the headlight's working like it should, and now I can go ahead and fix all this up to where it looks nice. Obviously that's not the proper connector. That's going to be the connector to the bulb that goes right here. So I need to find a way to put that all together where it's proper and it's not all like dangling and just kind of connected like that. Here on the bottom of the headlight, this is the back of the headlight, you can see where I spliced it to this white and green cable. That's the cable that powers the turn signal. I tried this other white and blue cable because those two cables are not connected in the 8-pin, and I got a hit. That one works, but only when it's grounded with the other black cable that comes off of the VLand adapter. So you can see there, that's my 6-pin, the 8-pin conversion adapter, and then it has this right here. Alright, so I got the wiring figured out on this side as well. It also uses the same green and white wire, as you can see there, for the turn signals. So I'm going to wire that up, and then I went ahead and tested it on the connector. Everything's working. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to follow the wires, and I'm going to splice them into this section here. So you can see the cables are a different color here, but if you look over here, you can figure out which color goes where easily if you just follow the wiring. So then I'm going to hook these up, splice into here, wrap them up with some electrical tape. I don't really want to cut the original wire. There's another way to do it, is to cut the original wire and put like some nice splicer connects in there and all this other stuff, but I don't want to chop up the original wiring harness. So I think that's going to be fine for now, and I'm going to be happy with it because everything's going to be working properly. So let's go ahead and hook this side up as well as the other side, which I haven't hooked up yet, and then we can go ahead and put everything together because that's all I need to install these headlights. So it was fairly simple. The hardest part was probably finding out what cable that was, so it's going to make it easier on you guys when you guys are trying to install this yourself as well. Here we are, I'm testing it out right now, and everything seems to be working great. See there, DRL's on, the LED bulb is on, and the turn signal's on both of them. So that's looking amazing. I really like these headlights. Water because it's hot, and jump starter because my battery is dead. I guess I need to drive it more, right? Headlights are on, and this is the 6 to 8 pin connector, in case you guys are wondering. If you look at it here, you can see there's 4 pins there. We have these 4 wires, and these 4 wires, they come and intercept with the 8 pin, and you see the 8 pin is using 6 of them. They're not even using all 8. And 2 of these top ones here, are the ones that are for the DRL and the ground. So if you look at it this way, you can see that these 4 bottom pins are the ones that are connecting to these 4 spots over here. So that's pretty interesting. So if you can get a hold of these, that's what I recommend to go with. It's going to save you a lot of headaches trying to figure out the wiring. If you decide you can't find them anywhere, or you can't find them from someone in your local area, that installed VLands on their BRZ, then you can just go ahead and order them through VLand. They're $80. Unfortunately, they're kind of expensive, but you know what, it might be worth it if you don't want to chop into your wiring harness and you want it to be a nice plug in and play setup. I went ahead and removed the little black trim that I used to have here. It was kind of like an eyeliner. I ran that for a while, decided to remove it now with the new headlights, and it, you know, make it look a little bit cleaner, and I think it looks amazing, to be honest, with the new headlights. I still got to clean up some of the residue from the wrap that was there, but you know, the headlights themselves are a bit black housing inside. That kind of gives it that effect, and I think it looks really nice. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. You know, another update video on my FRS. It's kind of rare to see me working on my car because normally I'm busy working on projects like that red FRS or the Fiesta that I just got recently done. You know, that's how I make money, so that's what I got to keep doing. This is more for fun, but I like to record it, you know, for you guys, so you guys can see, you know, some more of the build progress on my 8.6, because there's not really much left to do. I've got some big plans for it later on, but I need to finish up with another project that I have in the shed right now, which you can kind of see. So it's kind of a sneak peek into the future of what's going on with the builds that we have here on the channel. It's going to be a big build. Hope you guys are excited for it. It's going to be a daily / drifter, so I think that'll be a fun car to have. Going to be a keep car. It's going to have all kinds of mods that I hope you guys are, you know, going to be excited for. So stay tuned for that, and you know, stay tuned for this thing, because after that build on the lift is done, then it's going to be time for this car to get a major reworking, or a major redesign, I guess you can say, to transition it to something different. So I hope you guys are enjoying the videos, but it makes the car look like a much newer car. I think I haven't seen a FRS with BRZ headlights yet. So there might be one out there, but it's probably not rocking an FRS bumper. So that's going to be interesting to see, you know, some pictures here later on for Instagram. And now that I have the headlights on, I can actually drive it, because the car's been without a front bumper for the past 2-3 weeks while I was trying to figure that out, what to do with it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and as always, you guys have a great day.